You're ready to go. Outstand is your foe. Give your all or you'll fall. Now let's begin the show. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and let's rock, man. This is a Week 5 match in the Blue Moon Tournament. This puts us halfway through the preliminaries, and on our left we have Mars, on our right we have Navolas. So let's go ahead and get right into the action. We see we're definitely seeing poison panels in the middle and grass panels in the back. So what you're going to see from the players is having them pick their poison, terrible pun I know, between the brush fire risk in the back and the confirmed poison damage in the front. Now well, this being game one, they don't know, neither one knows whether or not the other one is running brush fire. So far we've got Buster action more than anything. And here we see a nice little interaction between Risky Honey and Element Trap. Now it happens, the way Element Trap works is whenever the opponent puts out an elemental hitbox, it triggers for 240 damage of that element. Now what happens with Risky Honey puts out a wood hitbox, but a few frames before that it puts up a wood element shield. So what happens is it puts up the shield, puts up the hitbox for one swarm of bees, then the element trap triggers and hits the shield that's already up. So what ends up happening when you use Risky Honey on an element trap, you end up just sending out 2 swarms of bees for free. Mars staying in Dust Cross despite Killer Cross from Navolas. One thing to worry about being in Dust Cross, well, never mind, I was going to say tail arrows, but Killer Man works just as well to decross Mars and take out that trap as well. So we got Navolas up a little bit on HP on Mars. You see Mars with the option of the Barrier 200 versus the Life R, both in U-code. Naturally, I'm not going to use both because one will override the other. And what it looks like is going to happen is Mars is going to set up an element trap and try to protect it with that Barrier 200. So we'll see what happens here. Not Mars. Navolas staying in Killer Cross. We have a very high chance of seeing tail arrows. I've got the IC triggering the element trap, and Mars going area positive with the Tomahawk Cross, and he's going to start swinging for the, well, not necessarily the fences because there are no fences, but he's going to be swinging for Navolas and bringing that health close to even. Mars now showing a handful of powerful encoded chips, starting with that Neo variable sword that we're seeing more and more often. The command does not quite get entered successfully. That's a fairly hard command to enter. I myself, being a Neo variable sword user, have actually put in several hours with a save state that literally just has the Neo variable sword on the Navi customizer. So you practice the input, hit the save state, practice the input, hit the save state, practice the input, hit the save state for 10-15 minutes, then do it again several times. It's one of those, frankly, it's one of those no-life things that some players, like myself, do to give ourselves an edge. But moving on, you see Mars picking up those 2 recovery 300s that you will see from time to time in folders. Very powerful effect, as at 600 damage, that is like it never happened. Navolas in slash cross, but as area negative as you can possibly be. We are now seeing Hub Batch from Mars, and This will probably explain why he has gone with more HP and less custom this time around with this folder, because that's going to maximize that custom max that you get from the hub badge. In addition to the custom max, you also get, I'm probably gonna get this wrong, but I believe you get super armor, omni shoes, and shield. Someone's gonna correct me on that. I know I'm not a hub badge user, but I believe that's what it works. It's full custom and a whole bunch of other stuff. So we see both Life Sword and a Bodyguard going off for Navolas. The very tired state, dropping his HP to a critical 9. It's gonna be 1 by the time his flash wears off. He's trapped in place by the Fanfare, and the Killer Man is going to kill Navolas and bring Mars that first win. So here we go, round 2, and looking at the field this time, we've got the Ford conveyor belt panels. This is kind of a hazard because you can get on the panel, have it push you forward, and then an area grab can come and trap you in place. It's also fairly hazardous if you're playing against a folder that has boomers and that center of space, which you normally camp to avoid them, is, well, hang on, that's not so much because it gives you this space as well. So scratch that, what I said. We got Buster Wars between Mars and Navolas, neither one connecting to deal damage. And we're gonna see Mars get rid of that Muramasa that is doing 0 damage because he's currently at full health. It's gonna be much more useful near the end of the match where Mars is likely to be at low health and the Muramasa will be hitting for its full 500 damage. Judgment coming out of Mars before Navolas can complete his move, and he's going to set that up for Dustman SP. Oddly enough, that is not breaking damage, and it does not decross slash. I'm not sure why that is, especially when you just saw the charge shot, which does the exact same attack, is breaking. But I have no idea. Navolas not connecting with that Life Sword, and so far the match looking very good for Mars. He's going to send away that recovery 300, still being close to full health, and he's going to dig toward the hub batch and maximize his custom, maximize his Buster. That's what I was forgetting. It gives you full Buster stats. And he's looking to line up the Killer Man. Doesn't successfully line it up. And we're going to go to custom. And we get to see whether Mars is going to opt for offense with his powerful encoded chips or defense with those two with the barrier and life bar you see in the U code. Looks like it appears that Mars has chosen to go with the Neo Variable Sword and not the Meteor Knuckle. I'm not sure why, but pretty sure Mars had a reason for it. There is that double life sword from Neo Variable Sword that's going to halfway connect, but still do a decent hunk of damage. Number ball as it stands will be 4 hits of 95 damage based on the last 2 digits of Mars's health. We do not know if he will take any damage before then. There's a slow gauge from Navolas, countered by an area grab from Mars. And Mars is going to line up that number ball for 380 damage. And the Meteor Knuckle is going to connect. The power return not going to do anything to stop the Meteor Knuckle from connecting. If you used it right now, it fixes area, but as it is right now, the power return did not do very much for Navolas at all. Mars not taking advantage of all the buster damage he could have gotten that turn. Possibly could have made the finish right there. But we see Mars at quite a comfortable 1300 plus HP. Navolas kind of on his last legs. There's the Beast over. The Source did not connect, the Pulse does. But Navolas is going to be basically out of chips and not going to take out Mars during this Beast over. Might get a bit more chip damage from the Buster, but from this point forward it will be quite hard for Navolas to survive, as the very tired state will drain away the rest of his 130 health quite quickly. So what Mars is probably going to do is wait for that to tick away, and then start throwing the kitchen sink at him. Just make Navolas dodge every single bit of damage right there, and before long, being at 1 HP, even the pea shooters will be exceedingly dangerous for Navolas. He-Man going to take out the trap. There's a barrier up for Navolas. Cross divide. Going to take out the barrier. There's an anti-damage going up for Mars. There's Fanfare. That's going to get hit by the Moonblade, but so is the anti-damage. And the anti-damage will wipe out Navolas and give Mars the victory 2-0. So well played on the part of both players. Victory goes to Mars. And all you viewers, I thank you for watching. Mercury Wings over and out.